You know the feeling. You are the one working yourself to the bone, hitting every metric and staying late. Yet you watch peers who produce average work secure the promotions that bypass you completely. The harsh reality of corporate structures is that raw technical competence gets you hired. It keeps you from getting fired. But it is not the engine that drives upward mobility. Look at this chart. We can map out exactly where careers stall by comparing two variables: how good you are at your job on the x-axis and your actual career momentum on the y-axis. If you rely entirely on your work speaking for itself, you end up here. We call this the competence trap. You push your skills to the absolute limit, but your career trajectory flatlines because nobody outside your immediate circle actually sees the impact. Meanwhile, your moderately skilled colleagues shoot past you. They aren't necessarily better at the day-to-day work, but they actively manage who sees their results. To fix this, you have to diagnose exactly what is blocking your specific path. We are going to walk through 3 distinct career roadblocks and lay out the uncomfortable trade-offs required to clear them. Advancing means letting go of passive competence. You have to actively divert your energy towards strategic visibility, even if that feels entirely unnatural. Let's look at the first branch of our decision tree. You are producing stellar results, but if we ask leadership who is doing the heavy lifting, they draw a blank. Your visibility stops at your direct manager. The standard approach is to wait for the annual performance review to make a case for a raise or a promotion. But by December, your manager has forgotten half of what you accomplished in March. The necessary correction is to force visibility. That means proactively scheduling one-on-one meetings every month and taking the floor in team meetings to explicitly present your personal wins. Here is the trade-off. You will have to steal 20% of your focus away from deep work and reallocate it to internal PR. If you are an introvert, standing up and claiming credit will feel deeply boastful. But that routine communication creates a necessary link in the minds of management. When a department succeeds, they need to attribute that success specifically to your name. Invisible effort is a wasted corporate asset. Leadership cannot promote someone if they don't know what that person actually built. Moving to the second scenario on our flowchart. What if leadership knows your value, but the only role above you is occupied by a boss who isn't leaving anytime soon? Waiting for a specific person to retire or resign is a mathematically poor career strategy. Vertical openings are rare and entirely out of your control. This organizational chart maps out the alternative, lateral movement. Instead of fighting for one vertical slot, you request a transfer to a completely different department at your exact current level of seniority. This broadens your expertise into a T-shaped profile. You become a professional who understands multiple facets of the business, making you a highly adaptable candidate when cross-functional executive roles eventually open up. The cost here is heavy. You have to forfeit the comfortable status of being the absolute expert in your domain. Your daily efficiency will drop as you learn a new system, and you almost certainly won't see an immediate pay increase. But trading short-term ego and a flashy title for lateral adaptability is often the only way to eventually break through a rigid vertical ceiling. Our final diagnostic path addresses a different kind of frustration. You apply for internal promotions, but you continually lose out to insiders who seem less qualified on paper. This indicates a lack of sponsorship. A mentor will buy you coffee and offer friendly advice. A sponsor is someone with actual institutional power who advocates for you in closed-door meetings when you aren't in the room. Sponsors control the real opportunities. The most lucrative assignments and promotions are rarely posted on public job boards. They're handed to trusted individuals backed by powerful internal voices. This pie chart illustrates a brutal reality backed by Gallup research. 70% of your engagement and connection to a company is dictated by one single factor: your direct manager. Everything else, salary, perks, remote work, fits into that remaining 30%. If your current manager is toxic, actively blocks your progress, or simply refuses to sponsor you, the required input is drastic. You have to prepare to leave the team or uproot yourself from the company entirely. The trade-off is clear. You are sacrificing immediate job stability and a predictable routine to protect your mental health and salvage your long-term career trajectory. No amount of personal optimization or clever self-promotion will outpace the anchor of a bad manager. Recognizing a dead end and quitting is a strategic maneuver. Trying to fix communication, broaden your skills, and hunt for sponsors all at once will just lead to burnout. Look at this summary matrix to select your immediate battle based on your specific diagnostic result. If you are the silent grinder, stay in your current role. Your only job right now is to master self-promotion and commit to regular one-on-one meetings with leadership. Pushing through the initial discomfort of talking about your achievements is the cheapest, highest return investment you can make in your career. If you are the blocked specialist, stop waiting for your boss to move out of the way. Start negotiating a lateral transfer to build new skills, even if it means losing your status as the reigning expert. And if you are the misaligned employee under bad leadership, realize that you cannot outwork a lack of support. Seek a sponsor or a new boss, accepting the temporary instability that comes with a transition. Career advancement is not an automated reward for time served. It is a deliberate, engineered series of choices. Stop being a passive gear waiting to wear out in the dark. Decide which uncomfortable trade-off you are willing to make today. Engage with the system and actively drive your career forward.